I must transform this barren island into a tropical paradise. And of course, I'm on environmental engineer difficulty. There's polluted oceans and a bunch of new mechanics. But first, let's get into the basics. First, I must place a turbine down to power buildings within its radius. Buildings such as the toxin scrubber, which take the wasteland and replace it with fertile soil. Let's do 2 of them for good measure. Oh, the ocean's a little better. On top of it, I can build an irrigator, which turns the soil into greenery and gives me back plants. My plants are in the upper left corner, and that is my currency in which I build buildings. Also in the upper left corner is my goal, to fill this meter, which means creating more greenery. I'm 10% of the way there. I may also build a water pump on a river, and that replaces the dried up rivers with a bunch of water, which flows downhill, creates a bunch of waterfalls that barely connect to the ocean. Let's try a similar colony on this side of the map, but maybe I'll try to fix a bit more of the oceans. This is still an ocean, even though it's obviously a lake. This is new. This toxin scrubber is a +2? Is that because it covers up ocean to make up for it? Yeah, actually purifying the ocean gives me green currency. That's a nice added benefit to just fertilizing soil. Anyway, I want to make as much of this soil as good as possible, and I hope this is worth it. This is a surprisingly good irrigator spot that I think sets me up for a really good next irrigator. Okay, it's nothing to write home about, but it gets the job done really well. One thing I can do is put this into the ocean to generate minerals. So if I want, I could set up minerals right here, which can be used to support power. Power which can be used to purify the oceans, among other things. This one only costs 6, that's a pretty good deal. And now I've purified this entire lake, so it's time to get irrigating. I think I can actually be pretty efficient with this too. This gives me +62. And I'm more than halfway there. I think it's only fair to kind of continue what I started down here. With a good amount of soil purifying, a lot of ocean cleanup. Oh, and a profitable ocean cleanup. Well, this gets 14. 14's more than 13, I'll take it. Now the question is, how do you irrigate something so diagonal? Well, the answer is you don't. You just try your best. And sometimes your best is good enough. And I see this corner is ripe for the taking. Can't wait to do some cool ocean cleanup with a sick +40 out here. Of course, not everything needs to be ocean cleanup, but I can set myself up for some good options. And I want to get this lake too. It'll warm my heart to see it normal. And I think 2 column irrigators will take care of this beautifully. The second one is exceptionally well covered. I wish I could put turbines on solid ground, but it's never that easy. You have to make a mineral for it. So one thing I noticed you can make is a sandbar, which allows me to just place buildings on sand in the middle of nowhere. However, in my infinite wisdom, I put it outside of the range of the turbine. Really? Adjacent sandbar. There we go. Now it fits. Well done, Tyler. At least it's almost taken care of. And this will bring me to 100%. My first goal is complete, but now it's about to get more complicated. I must restore beaches, mangroves, and tropical rainforests. I must use a monorail network to transport coral to the sea. I have 4 biomes I must expand. I already have a bit of a beach due to island stupid. And I can replace toxin scrubbers with litariums. But I'm not allowed to do it because the temperature is not high enough, which brings me to my next mechanic, the temperature. Just like humidity, I can raise it and then I get bonuses, but once they reach certain levels, they really help out the environment. And just like cloud seeders can raise humidifiers, combustors can raise the temperature. The only thing I can do right now is hydroponium, so I can get going on that. Oh, look at this, 89. Okay, so these are baller hydroponiums. Wait, but it only got me 7% of mangrove? These must be complicated biomes. Unless it wants me to just do an absolute ton of them, which I can. Well, at least it's really good for the economy. And good for my humidity as well. Now I have the capability to try a shade cloth pillar. So I make a triangle with netting and make trees? It must be built on the side of a cliff. So let me try making this tree triangle. I had to go grow trees within here, get plus 35. It's a net loss, but I have trees. Trees can be blown up. I don't know if I'm going to specifically do that with a combustor, but I could blow up other vegetation for the sake of raising the temperature. And I can see the temperature it would raise by. Although the current temperature is 3 degrees Celsius, and when I add 5 to it, I get 7 degrees Celsius. Damn, that Celsius is a really strange temperature system. If I set it up here, it becomes 8, which I think is more to my liking. That is cool. And it makes ashy nutrients. And now I can make sandy beaches, such as way out here. Get a wonderful beach right by the lake. Just don't touch that ocean. I'll try another beach right along here. I'm at 51%. That's still a bit of ways to go. Before I raise the temperature again, I want moss on rock faces, just for the plants bonus. So I need cloud seeders to increase the humidity. I can get a whopping 16% out here, so that should reach my goal. Thanks for the plants. Now I want to raise the temperature further. Now if I want, I can blow up some of the sand in favor of temperature. Boom. But now it's hot enough to actually try a salinator, which should turn my wetlands into mangroves, if I'm reading this correct. So is this what I need to get the progress? Oh, it is. 44% mangrove. Look at that glow up. I could probably take mangroves to max, just seeing how I've set this up. Maybe not all the way to max, but really close. Ooh, I got 55% humidity. Maybe before I do some more advanced biomes, I should do the smart thing and turn a lot more of this island into greenery. I think a solid strat is having a turbine right out here. This covers a lot of what I want to do. Especially turn all that into soil and terraform this for wonderfully cheap. I've got a wonderful irrigator set up for plus 69 leaves. Oh, and it's ideal. Look at this, flowers are growing in the grasslands. Let me just say, this corner spot looks wonderful for a beach. Might as well build up sand there. And it looks like if I get a hydroponium down here, my mangroves would be complete. Is that because it's touching other mangroves? It is, and it's ideal. Very cool. Looks like the next plan is to expand into this region. It's like Factorio's good twin. Nature must expand. And I'll even get my rocks off here with another windmill and another toxin scrubber. And this next toxin scrubber, this should like net me a lot of money, right? Plus 20, that's not half bad. I'll take it. Oh, these are some pretty ideal grass plains. I want to focus the most on tropical forest because these seem hard to do. Figure I just got to keep building these poles. Oh, some trees do build on the low ground. Interesting. It's merely that the poles have to be right next to a cliff. Oh, so I could make this entire region forest. Well, I see plus 37. I got to take it. That's the beautiful thing about triangles. They are really easy to expand. I think I just got an ideal forest. Hell yeah. This looks amazing and terrible. It's plus 34, but there's so much wasted land. The issue is it's so hard for me to actually get soil here. Not even soil, greenery. I need a turbine and a toxin scrubber and an irrigator. I might not need an irrigator, but I definitely need the first two, and that's really expensive. You know what? Let's experiment. First thing is, oh yeah, okay. All I need is just soil. Plus 64 seems lovely. Gets me an 89% tropical forest. And this should max it out. 2 down. Ooh, migratory birds return in the forest. This wonderful central forest. It's been a while since I built up the humidity. Get a lovely 14% here. I got ivy overgrowth. Wonderful. I think I want to max out humidity before I forget it. And 100%. I do realize, though, I don't have coral labs at all. The temperature must rise. Ask not what plus 4 Celsius can do for you, but what you can do for plus 4 Celsius. Coral labs are in good conditions, but I want it to be great. I want it to be ideal. Oh, I could make it super hot here. Yeah, but that would overshoot the coral labs. I will save that trick for later. For now, I'm just gonna snake up the temperature. Get some crabs on them beaches. Speaking of beaches, I am messing up my sand, but not by that much. I've reached ideal conditions. So I built these coral labs on irrigators and then must monorail them into the ocean? Interesting. So what if I just try one right out here? Is it super easy? So if I build a monorail here, I can make a connection, as you can see by the green line, which then lets me activate the ability. So I can move the coral labs out here. Plus 69 coral. That's a great deal. Oh, look at it transport. And just yeet the building out there. I love it. Nature is healing. Oh, that's sick. That's super sick. I love that. It's happy. So I think if I want, with a single monorail, I could turn this lake into a coral lake. So I think it would look like this, and I could just place it in the range of the lake. It doesn't cover the whole lake, unfortunately, but it covers enough. Well, I might as well start looking for profitable irrigators. Even if they're profitable by just a little bit, I can then move them out to the ocean. I know this is going to become a coral lab. This might be a little underachieving, but let's see how this pans out, right? It was a net zero. Well, in cost, it was a net positive for the environment. Up to 51% coral reefs. There's another lovely spot for an irrigator right here. It's ideal even. And it's already in the range of monorails, so I might as well coral reef it. Because I could take this and just put it way out here. But maybe I should try to purify this ocean first. The issue is this is actually way harder to plan out than you'd think. Because, I mean, it needs its own rock first and its own power. I also got to make sure a monorail can connect. It does, that's good. But in addition to the power, I've got to actually toxin scrub it. Which means getting out the sand bake and hoping you put it in the right spot. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now I'm ready to beef the coral up. Plus 88. This was super worth it. All I need is one more good one like that. Assuming I didn't mess this up, I should get a really solid one. Plus 72. That's beautiful. 3 out of 4 biomes complete. I may just want to get my temperature up now before I forget. I get a bunch of cool bonuses as well. Well, I want to take the easy 11 degrees, but it messes up my tropical forest. It actually brings it down below its goal. My other options stink, so let's try burning the rainforests. Nice. All right, I got some sick bonuses. Everything except for dragonflies. Okay, hold on. I can get there. I'm also getting rain thunderstorms. Anyways, let me just max it out right now. Dragonflies. Perfect for the economy. But now, finally can rain, and it can fill in those spots that were missed, including the ones that I just built over. So maybe rainforests will just grow back under the canopies? I hope you enjoyed that beautiful time lapse of nature healing. Now let's introduce some biodiversity. Gotta get tropical forest back up to speed, and that'll do it. And now I'm just a couple sandy beaches away from victory. I could have a whole connected sandy beach on this side. Yeah, a beachy coast. You know, I guess it could wrap around the top side. Why not connect everything? Hey, 4 environments get, and now the final goal. I have to use my monorails to recycle. Reintroduce marine and terrestrial animals to help maintain the ecosystem when you leave. All right, recycle everything. Bring in 3 animal species. First, I'd like to observe some animals. Beach-dwelling reptile that lives on an island. So right here. Found the tortoise. Glides in the ocean near river estuaries and coral reefs. Maybe right here is valid? The manta ray. Ooh. Lush forest canopies under clear skies. Oh, I need no buildings in range. They're so well hidden in the rainforest, I can't tell. There's definitely no buildings in range here. There we go, the parrot. This wader combs for food among the sand of beaches and the mud of wetlands. Beach and wetland combo kind of hits the ocean too. Oh, I need more wetland tiles in range. Not because it's a mangrove and not a wetlands. Ah, that is the case. How about the next one? Lives in dense coral and in the water of mangrove forests. Well, at least this recent mangrove I set up could have some purpose. Found a reef shark. Kind of cute. This one's in the deep ocean, far from land. The whale. Whale then. So I hope it makes sense to have the airship in a central location. Hopefully it avoids the canopy when it takes off. So this is how I'm going to connect to the monorails. I'm going to need to set up a lot of monorail nodes now. Well, thankfully this one's convenient. So I want to expand the monorail network, but it needs rocks, and there's no rocks in this area. So I can try out the rock hopper, which isn't even that good. It just shoots a rock somewhat in a direction. Guess I'll have to make do. I'm gonna need a lot of these. Am I actually gonna have all the environmental stuff needed to solve this? Hope I do. Man, if I need more rocks, surely I can just get more rocks. So I set up a long and interconnected monorail network that gets most of everything. So I put the recycling beacon out here. Oh, and it gets me back plants because it recycles everything. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Poof. All right, good deal. Yeah, let's get recycling. Oh, the canopies get taken down. Oh, this definitely won't be an issue then. Before it's too late, I gotta blow up a rainforest. It's just important to me to max out my stats. It'll grow right back, see? Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. A perfect victory on environmental engineer difficulty. Look at what we've done with the place. A gorgeous island, might I add. Very strange rock formations. Well, I'm sure the future inhabitants will just claim it's the act of some ancient aliens, which is half true. That is so satisfying to see the progress done. And with this, I get to unlock another biome that has its own mechanics and difficulties. And according to the comments, the third biome is where the difficulty ramps up. So if you want to see more, let me know. I'd love to find out what a harder difficulty means in this game. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day and peace.